dumbass decisions in the second half of games, because Kyle Shanahan, the way he makes second half adjustments is akin to the way Steve Kerr sees talent, if that makes sense. There's a lot of similarities and differences, but this is not a 49ers show. Miguel 199 saying Ime Udoka can take the Rockets to the playoffs. Hire Mike Malone. And on that note, Ryan Leong thankfully does join us live from Chase Center.
Yes,
immediately following the Warriors losing their season finale, a heartbreaker, a brutal loss. Thankfully, we got Ryan coming to us. Your reaction, sir, to a very disappointing overtime loss by the Warriors. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, good to see you too. I mean, I tell you, the Warriors, they should be lucky they were even this close. I mean, this game is they've just struggled so badly, I think, in the last 3 home games. You got a 3-game losing streak now. Rockets, Spurs, in this game.
Good point.
I think they're just looking to like Steph Curry to be the savior. Although it is funny to see how Jonathan Kuminga is totally in the doghouse. And this time I did pay attention. You asked me before, what's his body language like? He's sitting there, he's kind of observant, like this, sitting like this. It's like what's he gonna do? If a great play gets made, he'll stand up a little bit. You can tell he's pretty disengaged.
Where was he? You froze there for a second. Sorry, so I couldn't see. I couldn't see more specific what you're like when you were trying to emulate Kuminga. I couldn't see that, but that's okay. I heard your the audio. Where was he riding the bike in the first quarter? And at least from a contextual perspective, what was his body language? The best way you could describe it, because again, I didn't see him once on television, and this was from the NBC Sports Bay Area feed. We saw people in the chat saying that ESPN's cameras did show Kuminga. Like, was he celebrating when good things were happening? Like, was he just sitting there the whole time? Like, someone told me he was riding the bike in the first quarter. What was he doing, man? Best way to describe it contextually, because you keep freezing on us from the video side. And I hate that the Warriors have done something to the internet there these last few weeks that have messed up your appearances. But your best way to describe it, sir. Go for it. If you're
sorry, man. I'm trying to. Yeah. I don't. He's not totally engaged. I find he's kind of there. He's just there.
He's
over.
It's
not like he's not trying to help his team. But when you're totally out of it and you're not going to play and you're a total DNP, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
You just tell he's kind of like he's just sitting there. Just kind of There's not much more. He clapped a couple times. Exactly. Yeah. I noticed that too. Like I said, you asked me to kind of like I said watch him, and I really did pay attention to his body language, and it's frustrating.
G in the chat writes, it brings up an interesting question. Like, how does Joe Lacob not see what everyone? It's clearly not everyone, because you have a lot of fans who observe the Warriors, observe basketball casually, right? So if you're not paying attention to the nuance, which includes minute distribution and rotations, it might be hard for you to understand why someone like me is criticizing Kerr at the level that I am. But I also do think Joe Lacob is seeing enough to also notice that there's something here afoul. Like, something stinks here in terms of the rotations. Someone, I think Armando Lara, said last show that he actually witnessed Joe Lacob once yell at Steve Kerr in the arena because Kuminga was DNP'd. I've never heard anything like that before. I'd love to get a second source to confirm that. But what is your take on that, Ryan? Because given that you are around this team consistently, like, do you think the front office is just okay with all this? Like, or do you think there's going to be a reckoning coming, if you will? If you're still with us. I think Ryan.
Here again, I don't know if I should get back on my cell phone and contact you that way, but I don't know exactly. I think they're trying to just ride the wave right now until the season's over.
What's your prediction for Tuesday, man? I'm not feeling good about it. The Warriors have never won a play-in game. They should beat Memphis. They should, but you never know. What are you expecting on Tuesday, brother?
I mean, I'm confident at least that they're at home, but they have a 3-game losing streak now, and so I don't have a lot of faith in what they're doing as far as like if they can win this game, and they have no rest. I mean, they've already played a full 82-game schedule, and they got another game in 48 hours. I just don't see it. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but I just find that they're having to like exert themselves extra when they should be getting some time off, but they didn't deserve the time off.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, it was short and sweet. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's going on with the connection there. I hope it gets better. I don't know if it shows that you have bars there, but it's
I got you,
it's
man.
glitchy.
Yeah.
Short and sweet, though, brother. Anything you want to add before you go?
Yeah. Well, I did try the plug-in, so I don't know why the cable is kind of cutting out. I would just say that the Kerr is relying way too much on just a few guys to get it all done. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned it or not. Steph Curry had 8 turnovers today. 8 turnovers is a ton. He's just turning the ball over way too much. I mean, Draymond's not playing to the level that he is normally accustomed to playing. He only had 3 rebounds, I think. Your leading rebounder was Brandon Pajemski. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
I just saw way too many deficiencies. For them to only lose by 5 points is pretty amazing.
Ryan, that's a good point, dude. The Warriors lost the rebounding battle today. No, you're right. The Warriors lost the rebounding battle today, 42-25. And when you look at the individual rebounding totals, Brandon Pajemski led the Warriors with 7. The next highest was GP2 with 4. You had Quentin Post, you had Kevon Looney, you had Stephen Curry and Draymond Green each contributing 3 rebounds apiece. That is paltry. Great call on that. You're right. That's not going to result in winning basketball. And again, this is where I don't understand why size is not a priority to this head coach, but it's clearly not. He does not view a size as important in the game of basketball, which is one of the most psychotic things I've ever imagined in my life, let alone a coach that so many people revere. It's like he does not think size matters, and it absolutely matters in basketball. If you've ever played the game, you would know that immediately, but not to this guy. It's crazy. Ryan, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, brother. The weather seems to be beautiful. Yeah. Any final thoughts again before we go?
I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm just really disappointed that the Warriors are they're just relying way too much on Stephen Curry to save the day. And granted, he's played pretty well to Jimmy Butler, and they've been getting out of him. But just Butler and Curry is not enough to get it done. Not against these other teams that are younger than the Warriors and have size on the Warriors. And you got a game that Ivica Zubac, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden all played better than the Warriors players did.
Beautiful. Ryan, have a great day, brother. Thank you, as always. Yeah. You're fantastic. You are the man. That is Ryan Leong. Again, if someone told me that the Warriors were sabotaging his internet so that he wouldn't come on my show, or maybe more specifically, the Warriors, Steve Kerr, I would believe you, even though that sounds insanely ludicrous. In the chat here, real quickly, I want to get to this one comment. Steve Kerr, foul Sharpton. Come on. The Steve Kerr fanboy stuff, it's getting out of control. If the shots went in for Jason Tatum in the summer like they are now, he would have played. Did you notice Stephen Curry's shots in the Olympics before he finally turned it on in that semifinal game? There were a lot of players not making their shots. They do not make excuses for not playing Jason Tatum. He's one of the best players in the NBA. That was an asinine decision that exposed how ludicrous this man is. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Redcliffe Sham also brings up, I think, a great point regarding Brandon Pajemski. He is maybe terrible might be a strong word, but he's not good at it. And the it we're referring to here is point of attack defense. Brandon Pajemski cannot stay in front of the player he's defending. It's one of many reasons why I don't care what analytics you give me. Pajemski and Steph in the backcourt together doesn't make life easy for this team. They've been getting away with it until you add GP2 to the mix, because now you have 3 hobbits, 2 of which can't play defense effectively on a consistent basis. That's not diminishing Steph, but he's 37. He should not be playing rigorous minutes defensively anyways. And you're forcing him to do that when you have these goddamn Hobbit lineups. And yeah, Pajemski, James Harden was schooling him tonight. James Harden, by the way, we haven't talked about the Clippers players who just were outstanding in this game. Kawhi Leonard played 47 minutes, 25 seconds, shot 50% from deep, 13 of 19 from the field, 33 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Zubac, 22 points, 17 rebounds. James Harden was 5 of 8 shooting from deep. It's easy to make shots when you have hobbits trying to defend you. You don't even have to jump for your jump shots. You just have to put up a shot because the person in front of you is too small to defend it. James Harden, 5 of 8 shooting from deep, 39 points to lead the Clippers, along with 10 assists, 7 rebounds in 48 minutes, 24 seconds of play. Jimmy Butler, again, who I thought was the best player for the Warriors tonight. Yeah. Whoa. For the live audience, I have a crazy neighbor who's yelling at me right now. I will do whatever I want, miss. Don't tell me what to do. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Who the fuck are you to come here and tell me what to do? Stay off my property or I'll call the police. Folks, this is a live show where someone is coming onto my property. This is happening in real time, folks. I kid you not. Some psychopath who I now have to record because she's literally coming on my property, trespassing. You are trespassing on my property now. This person is trespassing on my property. Now knocking on my door. This is happening in real time, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, because I'm talking and I have a neighbor. And now we're going to call 911 to report this neighbor for trespassing during a live show. I love that this person does not realize thousands of people are also observing this in real time as I call 911 to get the police. Hi, I have someone trespassing on my property.
What address?
19. Hang on I gotta give me 1 second on the address thing. So I'm on a public feed. Is where she is.
Right. You're in your house having a conversation. She comes on your property and tells you to be quiet.
Correct. Here and tell me what to do.
Okay. We can also.
You're a little fuck.
Can I get your first and last?
you're like.
Okay.
All right. Apologize for that. That was something else. Have a crazy lady just show up out of nowhere into your property and sit here and tell you what you can't see in your own home. That was crazy. I'm back. I called 911, and of course, she ran away the moment you bring up the police. The audacity of some people. Anyways, that's just the kind of day we're having here. Let's go through the standings here real fast before we go. That's life for you, man. Just some crazy lady just literally coming to your property telling you Jesus Christ. No, it was some blonde girl, lady in her 30s. I need to go because the police are going to be in here in just a second. I got to deal with that. Folks, you're allowed to have conversations in your own house. You're not allowed to go to other people's property and tell them they can't talk in their home. That is crazy. So a lot of people in the chat saying, did Steve Kerr send her? Maybe, who knows? All right. So basically, to wrap it up here, the Golden State Warriors will play Tuesday. Season's over. Just that kind of day. And I got to deal with the police now. I can't thank everyone enough for joining us. Sophia Jones will be, tomorrow at 3 p.m. She'll be joining the party. And until then, I'm going to go deal with the police now to tell a psycho lady to stop harassing me and stop bothering me. It is literally the definition of a Karen right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put it on, if it escalates, I'll put it on Instagram Live. You can follow me on Instagram at Dogwild, on Twitter at Surf Journalist. This game sucked. Steve Kerr sucks. We'll see you tomorrow. Larry Kruger and I are going to do a show soon as well. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for the interruption there at the end. Oh, some super chats, I guess, came in real fast. Let me see before we go. Two of them are Jonesy at $1.99 saying she's had enough of the curse. And OMG Manny at $1.99 saying we wanted to watch was Chardol in a wig. I don't know. Regardless, we're done. One of the crazy ladies back again. That sucked. Everything sucks right now. We'll be back tomorrow when hopefully things are better. Bye-bye.